Transitioning from middle school to high school is not an easy change because you are surrounded by 18 and 17-year-olds as a 14-year-old. There were many points throughout the year that I felt stressed out about my classes and when my biology grade wasn't at its best. But I realized later that this is what got my mentality to change and understand the challenges I have to be ready for. It started on the first day of school 3 years ago when I walked into a completely unfamiliar environment that would eventually teach me some of the most important events of my life and lessons. I started a new school year at a completely new school with people I didn't know. It was a very hard transition to a new setting and atmosphere. This was one of the biggest challenges because I had to step out of my comfort zone. At first, this made me feel isolated and nervous about fitting in. I had to get used to how huge the campus was. I was confused on how high school functioned, and the way my teachers taught in my classes were different. Eventually, I learned to adjust by asking questions, paying attention to routines, and slowly finding a sense of belonging. I was able to start getting the hang of how the school functioned, the teachers' teaching styles, and making new friends. But I started to assume that I could achieve high grades easily in all of my classes. It was not easy to take a magnet class, but I treated it like it would be an easy class because of my easy success in middle school to attain high grades. I realized that this had to change. This struggle showed me that hard work and new strategies were necessary in high school, unlike middle school where things came easier. I had the wrong mindset because I told myself I had to get perfect grades and that failure was not an option. I had this mentality for a long time, including in middle school, and carried it to high school. As a result, my confidence started to decrease, and I knew I had to do something about it. I started to feel more and more unachieved and started to give up. As my freshman year passed, I started to try and change that mentality of not accepting failure and tell myself that this is going to happen and that I have to be able to accept it and move forward. Do better. Learning to accept mistakes became one of the most important lessons from that year, and it helped me grow stronger both as a student and a person. All in all, my time as a freshman at R. Richardson High School shaped me into a new, stronger version of myself. Even though there were tough times during this year, I was more willing to accept the challenges of a class, and that helped me for the years that followed. This experience shows that challenges are not roadblocks, but stepping stones to growth. Just like my journey throughout freshman year, anyone facing difficulties can learn to rise above them, adjust, and move forward with greater strength. Thank you for your time.